What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and welcome to the video. In this video, we had the pleasure of interviewing Daniel Oosterman, who is Vice President of Exploration at Silver Elephant. He's got some really exciting new projects to talk to us about, so let's get straight into this interview, guys. And last but not least, if you do support me, the channel, and all the videos, then kindly explode that like button along with if you are a new viewer. You haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, but you appreciate constant, steady updates on the markets, new and exciting companies just like Silver Elephant. Then don't forget to cash that subscribe button and ring the market bell for notifications, and let's get straight into this awesome interview. What's going on, guys? This is Aaron with Departures Capital. We're here with Daniel Oosterman, Vice President of Exploration at Silver Elephant. How are you doing today, Daniel?
I'm very well, Aaron. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to have you on here. First, let's start by talking a little bit about yourself and your background personally and with Silver Elephant.
Sure. As you had said, I'm the VP of Exploration for Silver Elephant. I'm also the QP for the company. I have 20 years mining experience. I started my career with Falconbridge, moved on to Inco from there. With Inco, I worked in the Thompson mine. I helped drill off the T3 deep mine there. And from there, I moved in the junior mining space, exploring for gold, base metals, and eventually I ended up on a project called the Well Green Platinum Palladium project, which is actually where I met our chairman, John Lee. And I've been working with John Lee on and off over that period, and I rejoined Silver Elephant in 2018, where I began working on the Bolivia projects, and I've been really focusing on the Bolivia projects for the last few years. And I've really come to love the country. It's an excellent place. It has a very, very rich mining history, and I'm very, very glad to have this opportunity to discuss that with you here today.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited to hear more about Bolivia from your perspective. We'll get into that a little bit later, but let's first talk about the Tsunawa silver lead project that you guys just acquired. Can you tell us a little bit about this one?
Sure. On September 8th of this month of this year, we announced the acquisition of the Tsunawa silver project, located in central Bolivia. The project encompasses about 59.5 square kilometer area, and it borders something called the Malcucota project, just directly to the southeast. Now, Malcucota is a silver lead zinc deposit that is defined by over 42,000 meters of drilling that was conducted between 2007 and 2011. The deposit has a historic resource of about 350 million ounces, and this deposit is only 200 meters away from the border of our Tsunawa project. Now, more importantly, Malcucota is currently administered by the Bolivian government mining corporation known as Comibol. Now, in January of this year, Silver Elephant submitted an application for the mining and exploration rights for the Malcucota project. This is a process that we've completed before, and it's a process that we hope to complete successfully again, and hopefully wrap it up sometime in 2021. If we achieve this, the combined project would extend for an area that would account for a 34-kilometer long land package, most of which is unexplored.
So then, how is the Malcucota project related to the Tsunawa project?
Well, in short, they're inseparable. As noted, the Malcucota deposit is only 200 meters from the Tsunawa border. Malcucota deposits. Malcucota is a specific deposit type known as a SEDEX deposit. Now, these are large-scale regional hydrothermal deposits. SEDEX stands for sedimentary exhalative. They form in large marine basins that span for hundreds of kilometers. And you've probably all seen black smokers on TV. Well, this is what's happening here. You have hydrothermal smokers pumping metals into the water column, and they're settling in sediments in particularly nearby subbasins where they grow over time. Now, this can cause a lot of these deposits to cluster in certain areas, but they also form regionally over hundreds of kilometers. So the Mount Isa Basin in Australia is a great example of this. There are 9 large deposits that cluster as satellites, but also in this larger basin that over a distance of hundreds of kilometers. Now, the Mount Isa deposit currently has about 500 million ton silver lead zinc resource, and that is after 100 years of mining that very same deposit. So these are very, very huge systems, and in light of that, if you take Tsunawa and look at Malcacota, well, with Tsunawa being only 200 meters away from one of these SEDEX deposits, that's one of the reasons we consider Tsunawa and Malcacota as inseparable.
It must be very exciting for someone like yourself to be working on this, right? So, now I want to talk a little bit about Bolivia. I always get the question, how's the mining jurisdiction? So I'd love to get your opinion on that.
Sure. Well, we're seeing a new level of openness in Bolivia post Evo Morales.
Mm-hmm.
This is a country that has lived through over a decade of underinvestment due to uncertainties under a socialist government.
Mm-hmm.
The sentiment now is one wishing to attract foreign investment. There's an interim government that is very, very strongly pro-investment, trying to forge new ties with Peru, Brazil, and the USA. For us, what this does is it changes our projects into a district that is in play in terms of majors seeking interest in the country. With silver prices rising, we expect that major companies are going to be seeking large silver assets. Large projects are going to be seen as must-have for these majors, and our company has a long-standing presence in the country. We've had people who've been working there since 2005, and these recent acquisitions actually put us in very favorable terms in terms of that new investment climate.
Sounds like you guys are in a pretty awesome spot. So how does Tsunawa fit in with plans for your other projects?
Well, our company's goal is to enable our investors to own as much silver in the ground as possible. Tsunawa is going to be our third silver project and our second acquisition in 4 months. So the Tsunawa project just fits seamlessly in with this vision.
Definitely. So what are the plans for the rest of 2020, and what should we be excited about or look out for?
Well, your viewers may or may not know we have 3 active projects in Bolivia. At this time, we call them the 3 O's, Pulicayo, Triunfo, and Tsunawa now. We currently have drills turning at Triunfo. We expect to be wrapping up that program this month with assays available later in the fall. We have plans to drill at the Pulicayo project, and we're also updating our mineral resource estimate for the Pulicayo project, keeping in mind we already have about 57 million ounces of silver in that project as a foundation to begin with. And of course, we'll be initiating exploration at Tsunawa. In fact, we already have 48 samples in the lab from doing early recon work, and we expect those assays later this month. So all of this we're doing while we continue to evaluate additional projects so we can put more silver into our company stable.
Sounds like there's lots of news in the way. I love the point in your business that you're at where there's drill results and all that stuff coming out. So should be an exciting time for you guys. And let's talk a little bit about silver. There's been a little bit of volatility. It's held on pretty strongly, I'd say. And
Yes.
Where do you think it goes from here, or what are your opinions on the metal?
Well, 2020, as you know, has been a pretty unique and you could say tumultuous year.
Yeah.
In spite of that, I mean, we don't see any change in the fundamentals for silver. There's been a decline in bullion inventories for well over a decade, and that's been having basically an increased supply-demand gap. We still expect that silver prices will try to equilibrate this gap over time. Now, of course, with 2020 being what it is, you have numerous economic aid packages in the U.S. that are really forcing the Fed balance sheet to go to new soaring highs. And of course, that's creating marked interest in gold and silver and in hard assets in particular, which are really natural havens for so-called good money. So in light of all these sort of things that are all happening, all these moving parts, we think that silver has a pretty strong outlook going into the new year.
Couldn't have said it better. So, what's the number one thing you're excited about for Silver Elephant this year personally?
Right. Well, I mean, it's hard to single out one particular thing. I think what our team is most excited about, Aaron, is that we have a clear vision of how we want to see this company evolve under our chairman, John Lee. We have always stated that we want to add more silver in the ground, and we're starting to deliver in this vision in a manner that is tangible to our shareholders. We've been actively growing our silver asset base, which is exactly what we did set out to do. And we're going to continue to strive to do more of that as we drive into the 2021.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. You guys have the vision, you're executing. I think you're at a really awesome point in the business right now. So for the viewers, where can they get more information about Silver Elephant?
Sure. Viewers can go to our website at www.silverelef.com. That's silverelef.com. We trade on TSX main exchange, stock symbol ELEF. We trade on the OTCQX, stock symbol SILEF.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Daniel, and I look forward to more results and seeing how things progress.
Really appreciate the opportunity, Aaron. Thank you.
All right, guys, that wraps up the video. Thank you so much for watching. And always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video.